model of business, John Jones. John, you're up.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and very, very honored guests. It's great to have you here. What a beautiful day and a beautiful Friday as we head towards fall. Kids these days. John was just talking about his children. How many of you have children perhaps between the ages of, say, 12 or 13 and 20? Anybody? Teenagers? What motivates them? What drives them? What inspires them? Is it the traditional stuff like video games, computer and the internet? Perhaps hanging out, socializing with their friends at the mall? Are there after-school activities, extracurricular things? Does anybody know, do we still have a philately club? Does anybody know what a philately club is? No. Stamps, thank you. Stamps. I was a member of the philately club when I was in high school. So what motivates them and what drives them? Let me tell you one thing that's for sure. The children of today will be the business leaders of tomorrow. There's a new model of business. Some changes in the works. The traditional models of business are changing. In the future, businesses will incorporate and be built on efficient collaboration and effective relationships. Can you feel a shift in the socio-economic fabric of our culture and of our world? The model from our last generation focused largely on quick-turn profits. Today, we're starting to see that the model is focusing on long-term value and long-term benefits. The old business standard has become ineffective. Why? Because it dealt largely with a hierarchy of an owner to a CEO, to another CEO, to a manager, to a manager, to a manager, to an employee. And I think that's all changing. Business leaders are starting to realize that a collaborative system is much more effective. The kids of today, the business leaders of tomorrow, are using what shapes their world. What shapes their world? Number one, technology. Number two, effective relationships and networking. Young people, and the business leaders of tomorrow, want to know that what they're creating is important. It makes a difference. It's no longer okay to simply go to work for a paycheck as it was in my father's and my mother's time. Younger workers are searching for meaning, purpose, reason. They want to know that they can change the world. When you can take your employees and the people that you work with, create a collaborative model, let them know they can change the world, then you create owners. When you create owners, you create evangelists. When you create an evangelist for your company, your product, or your service, there's no end. They'll take it to the world. We're seeing some of today's top corporations heading in collaborative ways. I was visiting some friends in Des Moines, Iowa a few months ago. I happened to drive by a large retail establishment. It was a Sears combination Kmart. Both signs identifiable by their traditional brand and logo on the side of the building, but in one location. Collaborative effort. That's the catalyst behind the success of today's top companies. Honda, Apple, Google. The businesses that thrive in the future will be sustainable, eco-friendly, and collaborative. These days, the most successful companies are largely tech-based global platforms which rely on extensive networks and effective relationships. Young people are great at this. They've been doing it since they were little kids. We're seeing more young entrepreneurs creating multi-billion-dollar startups these days. How is that happening? Because they're creating tech-based online companies. And when you create a tech-based online company, your initial investments and resources are minimized, thereby reducing the amount of time that it'll take to turn a profit and to create more income. classes, projects are being created and designed as collaborative elements. So the traditional models of business are changing. What does it mean? Today's youth and the business leaders of tomorrow are creating a deeper meaning and a deeper understanding of what they're doing. And that is much more effective for business in the future. What will they create? Of course, they'll create a better way of life. So to close, quality, innovative, incendiary, and effective relationships lead to better products and services. Now, if you want more information, simply send me a Facebook request and I'll blog your MySpace page and we'll do cyber lunch. Mr. Tozian.